Hey everyone, how's it going? Laver here, bringing you another video. This time I'm going to bring you something a little different. Usually I bring you some kind of gameplay, but this time I'm bringing you more of an analysis of something sort of leaked, not really leaked, but sort of an exclusive interview that most of you probably haven't gotten a chance to see. So, what this is an email that I got recently that I did not know I was part of. Is this Premium Club newsletter, and many of you may know that Jagex did their Gold Premium Club member thing, whatever. You bought like a year membership, and you got like spins and whatever else, but it puts you in this club, and you get a bunch of extras that I didn't know about, like being in this newsletter club. So yeah, that's cool. This time, it's bringing us our topic of discussion, and what it is the new upcoming skill, Divination. So here we go, let's get started. Divination is coming this month. By training this all-new skill, you'll find yourself at the forefront of a new age of discovery, gathering valuable resources and weaving the very threads of fate in your favor. Hope you like that. Yeah, I had to. So let's get started. Really what Divination is, and what we know so far, is the first new skill that we've gotten in a few years. It's a gathering skill, but not like most gathering skills. It's sort of more spread out around the world, but we don't know much more than that. It's really brought upon by the gods coming back and energy escaping the earth and blah blah blah, 6th age lore mumbo jumbo that I've never really been good at keeping up with, but hey, that's okay. I know it'll affect other areas of gameplay, and what I mean by that is other skills, other areas, other whatever else, maybe combat, stuff like that. It's a members only skill, so what that means is free to play, can't play it, so become a member right now. Alright, so let's get to the new news. Some of this may have been said before and behind the scenes or something like that, but I'm going to go through it anyways. I'm going to go through one section at a time, so, all these, and then I'm going to break them down and explain my thoughts about them. So first one is portents and signs. These handy items activate automatically. No clicks required. Under certain conditions. The portent of restoration, for example, will heal you when you fall below 50% health, and the sign of life will protect you from a killing blow. Portents are carried in the inventory and signs are equipped in the pocket slot. Alright, first thing that catches my eye is no clicks required. And what this really says to me is that it's more of, or at least generally, not all of them, but it's more of a kind of backup system. Really not always used, not even necessarily used that often, just sort of like a ring of life. You only use it when you're about to die, or with this, right here it says fall below 50% health, or something like that. So we'll see with others. I mean, they've only told us 2 here. I think they mentioned another 1 or 2 in the behind the scenes, but so we'll see. But below 50% health through the killing blow, and obviously this means it will affect PvM, but what about PvP? Will these be allowed to be used in the wilderness? Or, I mean, I guess you could probably use them in the duel arena, but, and you can turn them off, I'm sure. So, we'll see. I'm sure there's levels required for different types, but how's it going to work? Is it going to be, so like dungeoneering, you have to get a certain amount of these items to trade for this? Are they going to be tradable? We'll see. Inventory and pocket, and what that really means is nothing. It's nothing. Okay, big deal. We know, I mean, okay. It's just, with the inventory, it's got to be worth it. If you can have another item that's better than this one, why would you take it? So, we'll see. But it's not really a big deal. So, Alright, next section. Blaze a trail. You'll pioneer a new field of research as you discover the art of divination alongside Orla Fairweather and her team. Stay at the cutting edge outside of the game, too, with a fresh new high score table. Ooh. Alright. The only thing that really pops out to me is right here where it says fresh new high score table. And my guess is this most likely just means, like the levels and XP and, people race to 99 or maybe even 120 if they make another 120 skill. But Something tells me I doubt it. This just isn't that massive of a skill. So I think it's just going to be $2.99. But, we'll see. So, but is the high score table just for, those levels? Or is it possibly something competitive? We'll see. Alright, Dungeoneering. This is a biggie. Divination will affect many aspects of the game, and the murky depths of Daemonheim are no exception. There will be doors that can only be accessed by those versed in divination, and portents of passage will allow you to access other skill doors for which you don't otherwise have the levels. Alright, first, many aspects of the game. My thought is, okay, we know that there's going to be combat, we know it's going to be dungeoneering, and possibly a bit of skilling, but what else? It says many aspects. So it means more than just this. So will it be other skills? I mean, we'll get to a bit later, but there's a whole range of possibilities that we'll see where it goes. Divination doors. No surprise there. I mean, any skill in dungeoneering has these has a skill door. So no surprise there. But pay attention to the last sentence. Or this last section, I guess. There's a lot packed into it, and I'm going to break it down bit by bit. Here it goes. And portents of passage will allow you to access other skill doors for which you don't otherwise have the levels. Alright, first off, portents of passage. Now let's look back a bit. Portents, new items, called portents. Interesting. Will these objects be something we gain outside of a dungeon that we have to bring in? Will they be objects that we make in dungeoneering? Will there be new skill plots as well in dungeoneering? New puzzles? It's all very interesting. But the next part, which is also just as big, is other skill doors for which you don't otherwise have the levels. So my thought is, okay, we can use these portents to go through doors that we wouldn't have to. Alright, big deal. That's cool. Say someone quits that had the level, or say you just don't want to make a potion. Fuck potions. I hate making potions because it sucks. It takes too much time, and a lot of times you could have finished that dungeon a lot faster than you could have by getting the potion. So, especially at a higher level, when you start getting to 15, 20-minute floors, 100k XP per floor, it can really affect your XP per hour. So this could be extremely, this could be nice. It could really help out a lot. But there's still a few questions that come to mind. Do we still get experience for these doors? Will there be exceptions or any limitations? Certain doors that you have to have the levels for. Will skill doors automatically have higher requirements if you have someone with a higher divination in the party? Meaning, will, say, someone with 80 divination can make one of these portents that can get you through a door that's 10 levels higher. Will players automatically be given these higher skill doors other than just, 2 or 3 levels like it usually is? We'll see. I'm really interested to find out, so we'll see. Alright. Moving on, Enhanced Gathering. Divination is a gathering skill in its own right, and will sit alongside the next skill, which is coming to Runescape in 2014. But it also benefits many of your other gathering skills. You'll be able to transmute resources into smaller amounts of higher tier resources. U-logs into magic logs, for example, and there will be a new group of items that'll give you and those around you a quick burst of resources and skill training. Alright, let's start. The first thing that pops out of me is sit alongside the next skill. So what that tells me is that the second skill will be enhanced by divination, but not dependent on it. And we know that because they announced it earlier this year when they first announced that there would be 2 new skills. They said it's not going to be like woodcutting and fletching, or woodcutting and fire making, or something like that, if that makes sense. So, we'll see. I really don't think that it's going to be required, but I think you're going to be missing out if you don't use it alongside divination. So we'll see. the next part is into RuneScape in 2014. Well, it was originally planned, like both skills were originally planned to be released in 2013, and you can check that at the beginning of the year, maybe in December, when they talked about that. But really, it's not a big deal. I understand it. A new skill is a lot of new content, and it takes a lot of testing. It's got to be integrated with the rest of the game, and as a developer myself, I understand that. It's a lot of work to go through, and they may have a large staff, but there's only so much that you can do. Even with, even if they hired more people just for this, you can't have everybody doing the same thing at once. It's just going to get jumbled up. So it's really a lot of work, and I get it. So next part, transmute resources into smaller amounts of higher tier resources. So, I mean, what are the costs of this? I mean, hopefully it won't cost us an arm and a leg, but we'll see. I'm hoping not. My other thought is market implications. Will say if you're, right here it says U-logs to magic logs. Will magic logs go down in price and U-logs go up? Will it? Honestly, for stuff like this, I don't think it's going to affect it much. I think it's going to be for stuff that you don't have time to go to the GE, or it's just no point. Or maybe if you're like chopping U-logs, it's faster to get an inventory, and then you convert it to magic logs, and then put those in the bank. So really, we'll see how it affects training, how it affects the market. It's being released this month, so we're almost there. Let's see. Then this last sentence. And there will be a new group of items that will give you and those around you a quick burst of resources and skill training. First thing is a new group of items. Okay, cool. But are they going to be tradable? Will there be level requirements? Or will they just be you gather a certain amount of resources and you can make it? And then you can use it no matter what your level is. We'll see. Hopefully, it's going to have level requirements. That's really what I'm looking forward to. There's not much of a point if it's not, because you can just buy it, and I don't want that. I don't want another buyable skill, because there's not as much achievement when you get that 99 or get that 120, like with Dungeoneering. Because, I guess you could say Dungeoneering's a buyable skill, but not really. You still have to be in the dungeon, in Leech, but it's just, I enjoyed Dungeoneering, but we'll get to that later. And then a quick burst of resources and skill training. So, is it like do you just get XP in an inventory of items? Does that mean faster gathering? And again, are there limitations to this? Can you only do it a certain amount of times an hour, or just however many times you have this item? We'll see. But next, concept art. Oh, we love concept art. Alright. I've got a few thoughts on this, and for both of these, really. The first is that these are the new items that will allow you to get a quick burst of resources. That, and what I mean by that is that these are just higher level. This is the lowest level to the highest level. My second thought, which I think this is more likely, at least with this top row, is that this is the transmutation. If you look at this looks like a regular tree, an oak, willow, maple. I guess a yew. Yews don't have, I guess they do have that color, whatever, I don't know. And then magic, so we'll see. Unless this is supposed to be magic and this is going to be something else, but I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then down here, possibly the same thing, but I don't know what this is. Turning into a nest? Looks like some kind of hole in the ground. I don't know. So we'll see. But this could also be this new items, or it could just be that transmutation. We'll see. And then this last corner. This bottom corner, it looks like a player swinging an axe at one of these things. Whatever these things are. It looks like a chunk of wood. But, like I said, is it the new item, or is it just an animation of when you're transmuting something? Is it an animation of when you're using the new items that give you these resources and skill training? I don't know. So let's move on to the last part of this Premier Club newsletter. Alright, first thing, new trees and logs. That's that's the reason that I'm thinking this. It says all new flora for your woodcutting pleasure, and honestly, this doesn't affect me much. I have 99 woodcutting, so I don't care about new training methods. I could care less. I mean, maybe at first, when everybody's wanting these new items or something, I'll start. That way I can sell them and maybe make a bit of cash. We'll see. But honestly, I don't think it's really going to affect me much. But yeah, this is why I said maybe this is magic. But I mean, because the yew trees don't look like that, do they? I don't know. I haven't chopped wood in so long. I'm so far behind. Dungeoneering task set. Oh, I'm excited. Puntastic fun down below with an amazing aura reward that's useful both in and out of Daemonheim. Okay, sweet. I'm really looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Like, I mean, they've had the little dungeoneering thing in the task lists. I guess now they're called achievements or whatever, but... And they still call it a task set, but whatever. But I've been looking forward to this. I think there's going to be a lot of much more interactive puzzles than there have been with previous task sets. Obviously, some of them will be higher level. I'm not too worried about that. I've got high dunge. So, but... And then this aura that'll be useful both in and out of Daemonheim. That'll be nice. I mean, it's got to do something. Obviously, it's worth it. I mean, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it. So, next, missing, presumed dead. An epic quest involving the shadowy Silske himself. And yes, it's pronounced Silske. I looked it up. So, alright, some quick background about Silske himself. He's the first Zerosian Majorat, and I don't know if I'm saying that right. I didn't look it up, but hopefully I am. He killed Guthix, so Zaros could return. Some claim he became a god because of that. Now, that's also how I believe Sarah and Zami both became gods. Sarah killed some other god, I don't remember the name of it, and Zami did something similar. So, many think that he's become a god because of this, so we'll see. And then finally, this Birthright of the Dwarves, an iconic RuneScape storyline, continues in this all-new quest as voted for by the community. Well, we already know about this because of the guaranteed content poll, so nothing new there. It really doesn't tell us anything about it. Maybe the name Birthright of the Dwarves, so maybe it has something to do with where the dwarves came from, what they really started as. And if y'all remember the previous quest, there's really the sort of war going on with the Chaos Dwarves. So we'll see where this leads. Some of my final thoughts on this is really I'm really excited for this new skill. It really looks like a lot of fun. Definitely different from Dungeoneering, but similar to all of the other quests, or excuse me, all of the other skills. So that'll be nice. It would be cool to compete for some of the higher places on the high score lists. It's right when it comes out, everybody's trying to get to 99 first. A lot of people drop off quickly, and I wanted to with Dungeoneering, but my stats just weren't there yet. And now that I'm all my stats are a little better, I'm nearly all 90 plus. I really feel that I could have a chance to do this. So I'm excited. I may try it out. We'll see where that goes. And I'm also very curious to what the economic impacts this has. As many of you know, RuneScape has one of the most complex economies in any MMO. That's because they do not sell gold. Jagex, I mean, doesn't sell gold. They don't sell items. It is not a pay-to-win game. So I'm really excited to see how. I mean, how this impacts the economy. I mean, if you make the right investments, you can make a ton of cash, depending on how this goes. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this newsletter. I know I did. I learned a lot that hasn't previously been known. So, thanks for watching. Make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Especially tell me what you think about it. See you next video.